Very good morning, children. I'm back again with English recording classes for you all. And this is Ma'am Anna, your English teacher. Are you all ready for today's class? Let's get started. Before we start today's session, let me tell you what I will be covering in today's class. In today's class, we will start off with a new chapter, a tribute to Netaji. We will look into some vocabulary. Then, of course, I will ask you questions. Question time. We will summarize all what we have learned in today's class, and then, of course, your assignment, which is your homework. Let's start the class with today's lesson, which is a tribute to Netaji. Now, how many of you all know who Netaji is? Yes, because I put up the picture, you all will know. Yes, of course, Netaji is none other than Subhash Chandra Bose. If not a teacher today, I would have become a freedom fighter, or I would have served the nation. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance. I think many of you all want to serve the nation. All the best, children, for all those who want to serve our nation. All the best. And I will tell you all have taken up the right choice. So in today's lesson, let's see what a tribute to Netaji is all about. Kindly open your readers, literature 1, and turn to page 83 and kindly listen to the way I am reading. In the late 30s and early 40s of the last century, we fought for our freedom. Two great leaders inspired us to fight: Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose. Each led us in his own way. Bose asked Indians to give him their blood and he would give them freedom. Gandhiji promised freedom without violence. Hindus, Muslims and Sikhs adored Subhash and joined the Indian National Army in thousands. They called him Netaji. Women knew how Netaji held them in high regard. They too joined the Jhansi Lakshmi Bai regiment under the leadership of the fierce and beautiful Lakshmi Swaminathan. It was an all-women army. The now very popular Jai Hind and Dil Chalo were their war cry. When the British put on trial 3 IAN officers, Shahnawaz, a Muslim, Sehgal, a Hindu, and Dillon, a Sikh, India exploded in wrath. Nehru said on 24 December 1945, the INA trial had created a mass upheaval. Sir Cloud Achulek, the British Commander-in-Chief, said the Indians adored the INA and its officers as national heroes. This is the general opinion held in India, not only by the public but by quite a considerable part of the Indian Army as well. In an article published on 15 February 1946, Gandhiji said, "The hypnotism of the Indian National Army has cast a spell on us. The lesson that Netaji and..." Turn to page 84, children. His army brings to us in one of self-sacrifice, unity irrespective of class and community and discipline. 4 months before that, on August 18, 1945, Subhash had died in an accident in which his plane had caught fire. We'll stop till here, children. I want you all to read the lesson once again, understand it, and try and mark all the new words in pencil, alright? And in the next class, I'm going to ask you all questions and I'm going to ask you all to start writing words. I'll give you all information, alright? Children, I've read the lesson for you all, right? Now let me explain it. Now, in the late 30s and the early 40s of the last century, we fought for our freedom, as you all know, and there were two main leaders. One is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and the other one is Subhash Chandra Bose. Now, both had their own ways of fighting. What did our Netaji say? Netaji said, "Give me blood and I will give you freedom." Now, what does give me blood means? Not shedding your blood. What he said was, we will fight back. Sometimes you will have to sacrifice your life. We will fight back. But what Gandhiji said is, we will do things without fighting, which is the non-violence. So both had their own path to gain freedom. Children, the picture, the first one is the army of Netaji. The Hindus, the Muslims and the Sikhs, okay, everyone adored him and they wanted to follow him. Thousands of men joined his army. Not only that, Subhash Chandra Bose encouraged the women also to form an army, and with the help of Lakshmi Swaminathan, okay, a women regiment also was formed, and this is how the women regiment was formed. And Lakshmi Swaminathan was the one who trained these women as soldiers. Look at these pictures, children. This is Lakshmi Swaminathan, known as Lakshmi Sehgal after marriage. Now, Lakshmi Sehgal was born on 24th October 1914 in Malabar, Kerala. In 1943, she started recruiting women into INA, which is the Indian National Army, and formed a regiment of 1,500 women and trained them as soldiers. Not only that, children, she trained them in such a way that they had courage to tackle the British. Now look at these three soldiers. The first one is General Shah Nawaz. General Shah Nawaz was born in Rawalpindi on Jan 24, 1914. He was an Indian politician who served as an officer in the Indian National Army during World War II. Nawaz joined the INA in 1943. Let's look at the third picture, which is Colonel Prem Kumar Sehgal, who was born on March 25, 1917 and was an officer of Indian National Army of Subhash Chandra Bose, which fought with arms against the British imperial rule in undivided India. Now, the last one is Gurubaksh Singh Dhillon. Gurubaksh Singh Dhillon was born on 18th March 1914 in Algan, Punjab. He was an officer in the Indian National Army who fought against the British and was charged with waging war against His Majesty the King Emperor. Along with Shah Nawaz and Prem Sehgal, Dhillon played an important role in the Indian independence negotiation. Now all these three soldiers, who is Shah Nawaz, a Muslim, Prem Kumar Sehgal, a Hindu, and Gurubaksh Singh Dhillon was a Sikh. Now all these three soldiers were put on trial by the INA. Now what does this INA trial mean, children? In those days, if anyone talks against the British, or they fight or they try to fight against them, either they will be tortured, they will be court-martialed, tortured, put to death, or they would be imprisoned till life. So these three soldiers were among those trial. Now to fight for these three soldiers, there were about 17 advocates, and one among them was Jawaharlal Nehru. And the INA trial began on 5th November 1945 at Red Fort and were tried in court, and upon the directive of Alma Mashariki and the Kaksaras, they were released, and this was a huge victory for the Indians. Not only that, the lesson that Netaji and the army bring to us is one of self-sacrifice, and they also taught us unity irrespective of class and community. And Netaji also taught us discipline. This is the picture of the British Commander-in-Chief, who is Claude Auchinleck. And Claude Auchinleck told his people, told his officers that they have to release all these soldiers, otherwise they will be in trouble. So he was the officer during the INA trial, and unfortunately our Netaji died in an accident in which his plane had caught fire on the 18th of August 1945. Children, hope you all have very clearly understood till here, right? Let's look at some vocabulary. In vocabulary, we will see some synonyms which are similar words. The first one, fought, right. Violence, clash. Trial, investigation. Opinion, idea. Hypnotism, mesmerism. Sacrifice, surrender. Discipline, strictness. Here are some word meanings for you all. Give them their blood. Sacrifice ourselves. Fury, having passionate and quick-tempered nature. Upheaval, strong or violent change or disturbance. Hypnotism is the practice of hypnotizing people. Spell, to cause something bad. Now we'll see what participle phrases. Children, if you all remember, we learned about participle, the present participle and the past participle, correct? Now, participle phrase is nothing but combining two sentences into one. Alright? Now remember that a phrase is a group of related words. A participle phrase consists of a participle of any component. Any complement. It can either be a present or the past. The phrase acts as an adjective. For examples, you can combine the sentences with words like seeing the cat, watching the dog, living life dangerously, either by using ing. Alright, now let's look at some examples. I have lost all money, I went home. So if you have to combine these two sentences into one, the sentence will be like this. Having lost all money, I went home, or going home, I have lost all money. The president shook hands with people, he barely made his way to the car. Shaking hands with people, the president barely made his way to the car, or barely making his way to the car, the president shook hands with people. Hope this is very clear, children. Now, are you ready for your questions? I am ready to ask questions. Are you ready to answer? Please keep a pen and a paper handy or start typing. Now tell me, how many soldiers did Lakshmi Swaminathan train? How many soldiers did Lakshmi Swaminathan train? Now, who were the two great leaders who inspired us to fight? Who were the two great leaders who inspired us to fight? slogans that in those days they used to cry. What is they? One is Jai Hind and the other one is question mark. I don't know. You will have to tell me. And who were the 3 soldiers put on INA trial? Who were the 3 soldiers put on INA trial? And the last one is, what is a participle phrase? What is a participle phrase? Type in your answers and send it to me quickly. I want each one of you all putting in that little effort, children, because I see only very few children all the time replying to my message or all the time replying to the answers. I want each one of you all to try. Even if it is wrong, never mind. I'll correct you all. Let's quickly have a look of what have you learned in today's class. We started off with a new lesson, a tribute to Netaji, which is page 83 and 84. I did teach you all how to read the lesson and I explained it for you all. I did give you a little more description about Lakshmi Swaminathan and General Shanawaz, Colonel Prem Sehgal and Gurubaksh Singh Dilhan. Yes, we also did learn few similar words and word meanings, and we also learned what is participle phrase. Correct? Hope you all are very clear till here, children. Hope you all did like the lesson today. And now comes your assignment. Now for your homework, children, you will read the lesson on page 83 and 84. A main completely. I am repeating once again. Read the lesson on page 83 and 84. A main completely. And on page 90, do the exercise in the reader itself with pencil. Do the exercise in the reader with pencil. You have to just combine 2 sentences into one. Alright? And whenever I have some work, I go to school, children, and when I see the school so empty, I feel so sorry. I'm missing school. I'm missing all of you all. I'm missing your laughter, your questions, your naughtiness, and know that Children's Day is coming. You all are missing so much of program, isn't it? Last year you all enjoyed the beautiful dance Ma'am Donna and team performed, correct? But unfortunately this year you will not be able to see something on stage. Once again, I'm trying to say I'm missing you all, children. Wishing you all a very happy Children's Day, and I know that Diwali also is coming, so wishing you all a very happy and safe Diwali. Once again, happy Children's Day and happy safe Diwali, children. Until we meet in the next class, this is Ma'am Anna signing off. Stay safe, be happy. Bye-bye.